Oh. One of the neat things about mountain biking is that despite what some websites tell you, there's really no wrong way to do it. But we're not gonna let that keep us from thinking that more travel and more carbon fiber will make us better riders. Oh, ow. But maybe I'd have even more fun on a bike with a bit less travel. And maybe I should be doing a few squats instead of spending money that I don't even have on carbon fiber. Which brings us to Ibis's all-new aluminum Ripley. The Ripley AF is the 5th version of Ibis's 120mm travel trail bike. And the California brand says their 29er is a multi-talented shapeshifter with a 130mm travel fork up front. It's also the first time in the Ripley's history that it's available in an aluminum frame from front to back. That's right, this whole thing is aluminum for the first time. As you can imagine, it makes it way less expensive. It all starts with this very bike, the $3,000 Ripley AF that comes spec with a 12-speed Deore drivetrain, a Fox 34 with a grip damper, wide aluminum rims, and a long travel dropper post. From a few switchbacks away, the aluminum Ripley could easily be mistaken for the pricier carbon version. It has a similar looking swoopy front triangle, room for a bottle inside that front triangle, and internal cable routing. And all that said, the cable routing isn't pass-through, so you may need to yell at these little ports for it to pop out. All right, let's go over the trail bike checklist. Threaded bottom bracket, check. ISCG chain guide tabs, check. 29 by 2.6 inch tire clearance, check. Front derailleur, check. Wait, no, no front derailleur. But it does have room for 200mm rotor and plenty of well thought out frame protection. Being aluminum, the Ripley AF is definitely gonna weigh a bit more than its more expensive carbon brother. Ibis says that a frame and Fox shock weigh 7.45 pounds. Now that's a bit less than 1.5 pounds heavier than the carbon frame. Complete bike weights, well, they're claimed to start at right around 30.5 pounds. But not for this bike. This is the entry-level Ripley AF with that Deore drivetrain, and it weighs 32 pounds, 11 ounces on my scale, but there's plenty of room to shave some weight down the road if you wanted to. But you know what's way more important than if it weighs 29 pounds or 32 pounds or whatever? It's geometry, of course, and Ibis has made some changes here compared to the carbon Ripley that's already out there. This Ripley AF, it's actually a degree slacker. It's 65.5 up front with a 130mm travel fork compared to the carbon bike's 66.5 with a 130mm travel fork. Ibis hasn't changed any of the other numbers either. So this is a large size test bike and my reach is 475mm. That's the same as the carbon bike. Same goes for the 76-degree seat tube angle and the 432mm chainstays. All those are the same as the carbon bike that's already out there. But that slacker head angle does add a bit to the front center of the bike. And I haven't ridden this bike yet, but I'm suspecting that that is only gonna help the Ripley's capabilities overall. All right, it's time to talk suspension, and the Ripley AF has 120mm of travel using a DW Link layout. Ibis and Dave Weigel, well, they go back something like 15 years or more, and Ibis has used DW Link system on basically all of their full suspension bikes since forever. And not coincidentally, all of those full suspension bikes are known for being fast and efficient when riders are on the gas. DW Link bikes use a shock with a relatively light compression tune and a relatively high amount of anti-squat. And what that means on the trail is that when you push down on the pedals, the bike moves forward quickly instead of the shock going into its travel. Now, if you go back and look at older Ripleys, you'll find that they actually use some really neat concentrics that rotate within the frame. But on the 4th generation Ripley, which was debuted a few years ago, Ibis moved to a more traditional linkage setup that you'll also see on this 5th version to provide more clearance. Ibis uses sealed bearings up here in the top linkage, but this bottom link is actually borrowed from the burlier Ripmo platform, and it actually rotates on bushings. Now I know what you're thinking, bushings, it's not 1997 anymore, but these are used to increase frame rigidity, and Ibis actually includes a lifetime warranty on those bushings. And the frame actually comes with a 7-year warranty. So that's it for your first look at Ibis's new Ripley AF, a value-minded trail bike that seems to put the focus on versatility and affordable performance. Now we're gonna be kicking off our value trail bike field test real soon, and this very bike will be included. Now down the road, you'll be able to watch a video review of it, so make sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned so you don't miss anything. Oh! Ah! Ow! That actually hurt! Ow!